Hello, ladies and gents. This is Tenacious Earl, and going to be playing Action exclamation mark PC Golf here on the channel tonight. This game just released. It's the 2020 version. A lot of different guys here on the YouTube in this community play this game. As a guy who has liked golf sims over the years, I loved Links. I already put a game on there with that. I loved, well, I'd say I didn't love it as much, but the Tiger Woods game was pretty good. I will say what I really liked at one point was they had a course architect, which was pretty cool. But yeah, so but what we have here is a game that has a completely different, well, not completely, but quite a bit different feel. Um, Links and Tiger Woods, you're clicking a meter, and you can do that in this game, but you don't have to. And I apologize because I don't know. Well, let me see. I might be able to. Yeah, I might be able to have the chat visible while I'm playing this game. That would be nice. That would be very excellent. But I might lose some of my screen. Yeah, I don't think I can. But let's just get into this. So this is my first version of this, so I will automatically admit that my I've played one round. I got like 5 holes into a different one using the swing meter, and I found that I really maybe I need to adjust because you can adjust it from easy to hard. I had it right in the middle, and it was like really sensitive. You miss the bottom, which is like your accuracy, just a little bit one way or the other, and you're going quite a ways off the fairway. So what's nice about this game is it will automatically do it based on the preferences you set. Now we're going to go in here to casual round. Now if you buy the 2020 golf package, which it was 39.99 or 39 whatever, very recently, like earlier this morning, I still saw it on the website for that. If you buy that, you get a 24 course pack with it as well, including um, Augusta and I think Detroit, which I'm not sure if that's really one that's very familiar. But I'm going to come down here. I don't usually like to use my name here on the channel, but I created a golfer that I tried to put some what I kind of felt like were my attributes. Whether they're accurate or not, I don't know. Um, the I did better than the guy I picked to play against earlier today. Now, in the round I played at Augusta, but I'm going to try and pick. Let's take Kevin Kisner, maybe a little better. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's check. I don't know. I haven't decided which course. Let me take a look because I haven't really looked over the. You know what? I've always loved Harbour Town. Let's do Harbour Town, and I'll do pin position 1. I am hoping that pin position 4 would end up being like Sunday uh, Sunday Cup placement, but I guess one of the downsides is they probably don't have. Oh, they do have Ponte Vedra. We'll do one of those in the future. But I haven't figured out how to set up a tour. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the tour. If I'm just going to go ahead and play out a season, and I have to figure out all of the mechanics of this. So I just have a brand new toy here, and it's kind of fun when you get that way. Now, um, I just want to check. Yeah, oh yeah, it looks like everything's fine. Who's in the stream here? You got Bill, you got Mark Russell. I almost said Bill Russell. That would be really strange. Ali, Ali Nimella. Uh, Good to see you, Ali. Hopefully, this works out pretty well. So this is the first hole at Harbour Town, which is on the coast of South Carolina, and so down here at the bottom, you can see you've got your club selection. Now, I think you could use your mouse wheel to scroll up and down through the clubs, or I'm going to use the driver here. We've got the wind, which is gusting. I wanted to set it for actual weather conditions, but um, you know, we'd kind of like to end up on the right side of the fairway here because the pin is tucked behind this left bunker. But we do have this wind pounding in from the left, so I'm going to aim like left to center, hoping that the wind brings it in. Because I didn't, if you can go into the preferences for each golfer and set up if you want the swing meter. I'm not going to do that this time, but now I just need to go in here and hit the swing button at the bottom, and it will simulate me swinging based on what I put in there. So let's see. There's the wind taking it. Is it going to stay in the fairway? Oh, it just got a little bit off the beaten path, and it's in the rough. So a good angle, but probably not a good lie. We'll have to see how that turned out. And you could see that it missed the swing itself. It looked like it missed a couple degrees to the right. So not only did the wind factor into that, it was also the swing. Now we've got Kevin Kisner, who's a little bit better than the golfer I used in my first round. Oh, I need to set the target. So that's one thing you need to do is set the target. Now I'm going to set it a little farther to the left for Kisner. Maybe. There we go. We'll see if he can. So now let's see what it says for his accuracy here. So see, he missed 2 degrees to the left. So that had a little bit of draw to it, which, so he would have ended up over here probably, which would have been good shape. You'd really want to be here. So that way, when you draw that, you'd like to be able to draw a flight path that gets you out of the way of the bunker. And I could do that here, but I'm also talking about some kind of well, my lie isn't too bad. I guess I didn't set it to be too draconian, the rough. So I'm going to try playing a little bit of a draw here. Now I've got the wind working against me as well. And let's see. So my carry is $139. The pin's at 130, so it's a little long. It is a slight headwind, but I'm going to go ahead and try a higher flight path, and I might try drawing it a little more. Again, I'm new to this, so I'm just trying to go by the feel of what these games usually play like, and I'm going to end up with the problem of this wind kind of working against me. So let's just see. That worked out pretty well in front of the green. Yes.
That's not ice cream.
Not right now. Just had dinner like 20 minutes ago. So, okay. So that's a good second shot. Should be able to find our way in for par from there. Now, Kisner, as you can see here, his shot, he's going to have to come over that bunker. Now, we could try the same thing. Could also just try and, let's see, what's the carry? 117, 130. So that's a pretty good club, and he would end up most likely carrying to the hole, if not a little over. I think we're going to add a little bit of spin to this. And because of the spin, we can't do any kind of fade or draw. So I'm just going to go ahead with, let's see, what happens if we give it a high? It makes it 114. All right, let's see how that works out. A little bit of headwind. See if Kisner can put it in the close. Okay, a little short. Got lucky. Took a little bit too much off of it. A little higher into the wind means that it gets hung up a little more. So now it's going to be, I'm away. I'm going to go a little bit cautious with this and lag it up there. Pretty good effort. A little farther away than I would like. But I also have my putting tendency set a little off. So let me see. There's a few more comments. Harbortown on Jack Nicklaus. And there's ID Jester. So, yeah, we're going to go, we're going to have Kisner just go ahead and putt it normally. Now he gets caught up in the rough a little bit. I think he look a little fast. He should sidle right up there for it. It's not a tap in, but it's going to be close. And now I'm not going to be aggressive with this. Oh, wow, he, I don't know, misjudged but I get to tap it in for bogey. So it's taking my putting being crappy to the extreme. Now we can just knock that in for par for Kisner. So 1 over for me, even for the Kismet. All right, so the second, that's a par 5, reachable. As long as we don't put it in the rough. Again, you kind of want to be on the left side here, because if you want to take that approach in with a long iron or fairway wood, you'd like to be able to work with the front of the green and kind of like roll it up in around the bunker, because the pin's a little bit. Now the pin is back, so it's not quite as menacing, but again, we've got this 20-mile-an-hour wind coursing off of the. Now it is sheltered from the wind some, so that's something I'm just noticing. It says hole 2 sheltered from the wind, so it shouldn't have as much of an effect, but still. So what's he got? 274. I'm going to take a little off his driver here, and let's give it a whirl. The trees should. Yeah, but he pulled it a little bit. He's going to end up in the bunker. He pulled it 6 degrees to the left, so that's why Kisner is in the trap. Now, I'm at 278. The wind is basically straight across, but again, it's a little bit sheltered. Let's give it a whirl here. Well, that's going to end up on the right side of the fairway, and actually might end up rough if it keeps rolling. Not the greatest angle. It says sheltered from the wind, but obviously the wind did have quite an effect on that. So, all right, we're going to have to figure out what Kisner does. He's going to be hitting out of the fairway bunker, and I don't think he's going to use a 5-wood out of the fairway bunker. I think we're going to go down to like a long iron. It'd be nice to know what the lip of the trap is, because on long iron sometimes you can actually catch the lip, and it would not be such a good thing. But he's going to have to lay up. He's not going to get there, right? What has he got? 269. He's not going to get there either way. So let's actually back it off a little more. So if it's at 269, 169 is 100 out. Let's try to get a club around 170, 180. Hopefully and it's going to push. The wind, he's missing it to the left here. So that's not going to be good. Now, I'm at 223. I am fairway, so I do have some options here, and I have the wind helping me out of this. So I'm going to add a little bit of fade. I'm going to aim in this left rough over here, maybe even a little more. And let's see, 219 carry. That's going to be a little long. I'm going to back it off a tad. Let's try, let's see, I feel like 197 is a little. I think with the fade, it might add a little bit more. Plus, we're going maybe slightly more. Let's give this a shot. Come on, come around. Now land soft. All right, we're just going to catch the back of the green. It's going to roll off into just off the fringe, but that's good shape. Should be able to get that shot back we lost on the first, all things considered. So, Kisner, let's see. Lying 2. Going to have to deal with it's not a bad lie. What's he got? So you scroll over, and it seems like that's the best way to get. It says 88 here. Also, just gives you a degree of slope down to the pin. It doesn't really give you any kind of foot measurement. I guess you could do that calculation on your own if you were a mathematician or fancied some geometric calculations. I don't think this tree is going to come into play, Now it's a 97 and that's 86, so we're really, and the lob wedge is the lowest we can go, the old 60 degrees. So let's try a little bit of a higher swing. That brings us down to 94, and let's take it to 85, and let's see how this does. It might still be a little long. Yeah, the wind really took it, and it didn't bite because of the rough. A little bit of flyer, so it jumped. All right, so it's going to be me. I'm going to go ahead and putt it up there. Maybe I'll do a little better job this time than I did the last. That was better than the lag. So, slightly better. That gives me a 6 feet for birdie, maybe. All right, so this is what I can tell from this game. If you click up here, it kind of shows you if you aim there with this pitch, you're going to land right about there, and it's going to fall into about where my current ball is or slightly below. So we could go with a flop. I personally like flops better, but I'm also finding in the wind and just, I don't know, because of rough. Now it does say shift click equals power direction. So I don't know if you can get a little more power behind it by clicking with the shift click, but I'm going to try that here with Kisner. See, the rough, the lie in the rough really didn't help him there. I could have tried chipping, I guess. All right, so he's going to be away for his par. He's going to give an aggressive run at it, and he bangs it in. What a save. All right, can I knock in my birdie? And it's in the hole. Nice. So birdieable par 5, we knock it down, and that puts us dead level, I believe. So through 2. Probably should have done a match play with 2 of us, eh? Par 4, little dog leg to the left. Again, this is one you want to keep kind of on the inside track of the fairway. We've got the wind behind us here. So I'm going to try and find the fat of the fairway here. And I'm going to leak it to the right a little bit. Stay out of the bunker. Stay out of the bunker. No! Okay, well. 282 on the carry. 295 is, we still got a long iron in there to the green, so that's not great, but. All right, let's, Kisner's losing it to the left. Let's see if he can, that may just, well, he's going to lose it to the right this time, so. Having trouble with his driver. So I'll be away, and gonna aim left side of the green. Actually, let's try and put it left middle. You know, I'd like to, let's see, what do we got? Carry 181. 181's to the back of the green, but I've got some, it's going to deaden it up because of this lie. It's probably closer to 92. I'm guessing we'll be okay with that. We do have a little wind behind us. I'm going to take a little off it. Maybe put a degree of fade on it. That might increase the difficulty, but let's see. It's looking pretty good. Slow down. Stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Come on. Let's stop. You could stop. It's just off the green, but that's pretty good from side hill lie rough. Okay, so now you got Kismet here. He's got to find a way to get on the green. 173 puts him right smack dab in the middle of the green. So that's probably a pretty good choice for him. Let's not worry about putting any kind of movement on the ball. But I'm thinking about clubbing up one and kind of taking a little off it. So let's see how this works out for him. Oh, it's going right at the pin. This is actually looking really good. What a recovery. That's such a beautiful shot. That's within probably 10 feet right there. 11 feet, 11.1. Good shot for Kisner. He's got a chance at bird dog. So, got about, what is that? 24, 25 feet. Give her a run. Come on. It's inching down there. I don't think he hit it hard enough. Kind of felt his club start to move in his hands and just kind of. Okay, so Kisner, he's going to be aggressive. Let's see. Is it uphill putt? Average leave 2.7. Let's see. What's the. We can. Does it not give us the chance to see the. It'd be nice to be able to see the break, you know? I guess I can't do anything about it, but if it's an uphill putt, then I would be more aggressive. But I'm going to go ahead and hit aggressive. He goes for it, and that's in. Oh, that's sweet. Dead center. Beautiful. 1 under par for Kisner. I'm left to try to knock it in here for par, and I sneak it in the side door. So, even par for me, 1 under for Kisner. Going to, nasty hole. The 4th, par 3, just under 200 yards. Going after this pin with your tee shot is probably asking for trouble. But you've got to clear the water anyway. I mean, do you want to end up over here and putt back to this? Or if you miss it over here, then you got to chip down, probably down the hill, because invariably the water collects in the low spot. So, I think we're going to say he's going to, what do we got? 190 for carry. That's probably going to end up being a problem. So we're going to have to come up to the 5 iron. He's going to play it safe. It's still going to be down to 190. I'll tell you what, you don't want to mess around with this too much. Let's just go ahead. Finds the back of the green. I guess it's all right. But, oh, the wind didn't help him either, did it? So maybe so the second player actually gets to use a little bit. Now, my distances are different, so that's going to be another thing that will influence this. So I'm gonna try and take this water out of play a little bit, but I'm also gonna go with a high. Get up, it's moving left, get up. Oh, taking a bath. It's not a Saturday night, but go to the drop area, and I am swimming with the fishes. All right, so what do we got here? 95. Use some high spin. We'll take a little bit off it, though. I've already flirted with the water. Can't hurt me now. I didn't look at what it put me at for percentage, but I'm assuming I was a bit below. Like right here was 95%. I set it for 95. It got me down to 90 there, 88.5 on this swing. So I wonder what the other one was. All right. So we've got Kismet here. Seems like a fun name for him. Let's try the 9 iron chip. What do we got with that? That's a little long, but I will say these things tend to go shorter. Let's give it a whirl. See, and it just gets caught up in the rough, so I don't know what it's thinking. No. That's a little bit better. Oh boy, that had a good run, but it's just gonna come to the low side of the hole, and he'll have a couple feet for par or for bogey. What the heck? What have I got to lose? This round doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna be aggressive, and it's gonna go by 6, 7, 5 feet. It was only 5 feet. Hopefully we can make the comebacker, and we do. But that's a double. Not good when you find the water. Kisner will take his lump, and when you look at that hole, you just say to yourself, that thing is a bear. Okay, let's take a quick look at the ID Jester still around, and here's RNGIDP hanging out, watching me make a mockery of this course. So another dog leg left. I think if you use, you could probably end up down in here if you use your draw to your good effect. It's into the wind though, so let's use the draw to kind of like counteract the wind. He's going to carry 274. Means he's probably only going to get up to 278, 279. This should be all right. Let's see how he works out here. Yeah, he's losing it left. But Kisner is not a good driver by all accounts. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing, but maybe I'll aim a little farther to the right. Hopefully I don't slide it right. Boy, I put a charge into that, and that one is in the bunker. .285. I didn't think I had enough to reach that, but I did, especially with into the wind. But let's see, 233 with a 5 wood. Let's have him lay up. That's a pretty good layup right there. You should be able to put it close, hopefully. I've got a 5 iron, which is 190 some. That's probably a little much. I'd like to keep it behind this bunker. I got a little aggressive with Kisner. He got a little too close to this bunker for comfort. So I'm going to take a little off of this guy. See, because if you do that, see how that had a bit of a slice on it. If I had used more of a club, I think that would have been right in that very provocative looking bunker. I don't know what that looks like. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All right, into the teeth of the wind. Got 120 or so. Probably need 130 to get there. But that pitching wedge is going to be a little tough. Let's take a little off. Actually, let's try old knockdown shot. I'm gonna play a little knockdown here. Try to keep it a little bit under the wind. Maybe take a little off of it. What do we got? Yeah, let's give this a shot. Yeah, pretty good. And look at this come back around off the slope. That's a birdie chance on the par 5, and now we've got Kisner from 70. It's kind of an awkward distance. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some kind of a try and knock this guy down too. Keep it under the wind as much as we can. Use that slope maybe. Probably can even take this down a little more since yeah, let's give that a shot. That's pretty good. A couple guys looking for a 4. Kisner's going to give me the read. Knock it in there, Kevin. Come on. Oh, he just missed it. He was using that little, finger method thing there, and he just didn't quite line it up right or whatever. Okay, so here we go. Chance at a birdie. Get back to +1 if it can. I'm going to go aggressive. Give it a run. Can it get there? Will it go? Oh, and he just misses. All right, put it by 3 feet. A little bit of a knee knocker, but No problem with that. This round means nothing, so it makes it a little easier. Alrighty then, what do we got? Which course am I? This is Harbour Town Golf Links. Is that Hilton Head, I think? Love to play it someday. Famous lighthouse. So far, I like this. I like this quite a bit. I don't know if I like it better than Links. Maybe. I think if I get a chance to try out the swing meter and turn down the intensity of it, maybe that will make this feel a little different. There are some nice graphics in Links, but these graphics are pretty good. It's just you're not going to see. But what I do like, I like to be able to see the overhead and some of the effects. Like if you get down here to this green, you can see how this is kind of dark here. Well, if we zoom into the green by coming up here and looking at green, you'll see that there's like an arrow. So if you landed in here, it's probably going to roll back to the front, which is kind of nice that you've got that kind of detail. So you know, for Kisner, this bunker right here is right in the way, and we're going around it. The wind, you got to aim at the bunker because you got the wind. So, and he's missing it left anyway. So let's see, does he come on, wind? This guy's missing every which way that I direct him. See, he misses it right that time. I mean, I got to do the same thing. I mean, I got to aim it in the trap and hope the wind. Now, see, there's the wind helping. Now it's going to go too far. So that's one where you need to probably put some fade on it and push it to the right from left to right and get it around that corner. But that wind is not a very good friend at the moment. So, okay, we got Kisner in the trap. 137 to the front. 170 to the back. He's got a 150 club, which if he hits that, it's probably going to end up in the front of the green. Going to have a tough 2-putt. We'll have him go a little longer here. Hoping that he doesn't. Now, see, we've also got where he's fending off these trees. So, see what he does here. And he's going to yank it to the left. He's back and forth all over the place, keeping me in this. Okay, so, of course, the wind was also pushing it to the left. So, what do I have to get up here? So, I got a pretty good lie. I need 126 to get it over that ridge. 130 is too much. But I also, it's going to be like 133. Let's try putting a little bit of fade on this guy and see if I can use that to sort of knock it down some. Like try and keep it, take some of the power off of it, working against the wind. I'm pretty happy with that right there. That's pretty nice. That is about all I could ask for out of the rough. Now, Kisner, I'm still getting used to this short game stuff here. That's probably going to hang up in the rough. Chipping's probably no good. See, that's just going to get hung up as well. We need a flop. That probably gets the job done, but it's probably still going to be short. I don't know, I'm going to hit the shift and see. I don't know if this does add any more power to it. Yeah, that does. That's a little better. Let's see what we got there. Let's give that a shot. Oh, just a little long, but it checks up. Oh, no, he's going to get to that little ridge. Okay, now it's going to get into the... Who's up? Kisner. Got a par chance, but it's going to miss pretty abysmally to the right. So here we go. Rags to riches story. We got 12 feet. Let's go for it. Give it the gusto. It's gonna just miss. Agonizingly close. And I'm left with 3 feet. Let's lag the 3-footer. No, let's not. So the double bogey on 4, the real problem child. We're gonna just knock this in for bogey. And I'm 1 behind. All right, now we have a par 3 that's not quite as bad as 4. Still just under 200 to the center. Actually, it's all the way back. It's 205. And what do we got? We got a following wind, so it's going to be, this 205 carry is just way too much probably. Now, what do we got? We got 180. We probably want to take a little bit off of this as well. I don't want to get too cute, but let's try drawing it from center of the green. Get up. Get up. Stay out of the trap. That'll work. That's pretty nice. That worked out all right. Okay. Kismet is 202. Again, that's... If he lands it there... It's also down the hill some. Couple yards down the hill. So that's also factoring into it. Let's get it to... Yeah, let's have him draw it just a little bit. Let's bring him... Let's see what happens here. It's heading towards the right side. He's not... Maybe he can't handle doing these tricky shots. Maybe he's not a pro. Maybe he deserves to be on the crappy tour. That looks like a shot right there, eh? He's got a chance. It's just not going to get close enough, but that's a good out. Should be able to save par with that. And let's see if Reed can drain this guy. It's not going to... it tickles the edge, but just will not drop. Taps it in for par. And now a little bit of a soul searcher here for Kismet. And he develops a case of the yips and pushes it wide, and he's going to drop into the tie at 2 over with that Cinderella story. Okay, what do we got? 8, par 4. This water doesn't really come into effect unless you just snap hook it like a champ. This water, that's also, that's snap hook territory there. Of course, when you got wind like this, maybe you don't need quite a snap hook. But so any wise person is going to aim into the right rough and maybe even add a degree of fade just to try and keep it in the fairway. And it's a good drive there from Reed. Pokes it right out there. A little bit of a miss left, but still carried only 264. I guess that's a slight headwind. Yeah. Kiss and tell. He's gonna... We're not gonna put any strange sauce on this at all. It seems like he's not able to handle it. Let's give him just a regular old drive, and he's gonna find the left side of the fairway. Gets it in the short grass, and I'm gonna check the comments right here. Nothing else new, but that's okay. I don't know. I'm gonna get used to some of these other courses. It's always interesting when you get sort of course packs. You get some courses that you played over and over again in other games, and then you get like this one here. In Links, I played this 100 times, maybe more. I mean, it's and watching it on the tour, it's a great course. So Kisner. So guess what? I outdrove old Kisner. So he's going to have to aim into this little swale over here because that wind is going to, as they say, wreak havoc with it. What's that? Yeah, I know. In a little while. So 182 yards to the pin. It's a little bit of a headwind, but not enough. Actually, I think from this angle, just looking at it, it's not really much of one. So I think we got to take a little bit off of this guy. It's a perfect lie. I feel like you'd prefer to be just a touch short. So let's also take a little bit off of that guy. All right, see how he does. Does he find the front? It's just going to come up short. What did it do? See, he was supposed to hit at 95. He only made 90% on the contact. So that's where, if he hits at 95, maybe he ends up just on the front. I'm at 179 in that club, and I have 174. Let's try and learn a little bit here and see what happens if I go high. Let's give this a shot. I'm going to give it a little bit more because I think higher is going to mean the wind bites into it more. Let's see. It's heading right at it. Oh, this is nice. Oh. So that worked out pretty well. Sorry, Kevin. He's the guinea pig, and I'm the benefactor of it. All right, let's see if he can snack this in. It's in the hole. Oh, he's just gonna miss. Just lost its speed and took a little too much break there at the end. So oh, he missed it. Good grief, my putting's horrible. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a break here because my son is famished. I'll be right back. Sorry for the break. Kid in a growth spurt and just cannot wait, which is fine. But we didn't eat that long ago, so and my wife is in a meeting, so that kind of makes it tough. All right, so 334. That's for Daly and Tiger. That's drivable for me. I think I'm gonna go with a slightly more amenable club for just trying to get it in the fairway. Factor in the wind. That's pretty good. Should get us, what do we got left? 115 yards. That'll work. Kisner. Keep forgetting I can do the. He's also gonna go with an iron here. He's gonna play a little more central because he's kind of all over the place, but looks like he's pretty good with his irons, and he's gonna put it right about the same distance as I did. So we're both gonna find ourselves about 115, 120 out. All right, so again, we got this wind coming from the right, which is not kind of not favorable. You'd rather have the pin over here with this wind, so that way the wind could help you kind of like take it away from these bunkers in the back. So that means you really have to aim into the rough in order to get your angles right. So, and that 140 pitching wedge is just not going to do the trick. But I'm assuming, so 117, you're probably not going to clear. It's level, but you're probably not going to clear this unless you decide to play it a little more central. I think what we're going to do with Kisner is we will aim him just in the fringe. So that way, hopefully, he brings it. Is it going to get up? Yes, it is. That was kind of the play at that yardage. Could have asked him to push into it a little bit. The other thing we could have done was have him back off the wedge. But, sometimes that can lead to some weird stuff. So I'm at 115. Again, 119. That's a little long. We can use a little bit higher shot. Now that means I got to factor a little more wind into it probably. And I'm going to have to bring it in from just outside. See, I can't do that. Well, it's 115. Yeah, I probably can. I just, I'm a little concerned. Let's give it a shot. It's probably not going to get there. It looks like it's short. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. It was just a little too high and a little too short. So he's going to be putting. It's on its way. It's going to run by maybe 4 feet. I have to get used to what this scale is. It looks longer than it is. Okay. I'm going to add a little more. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get a hang of it. So you got to hit the shift, and that will put a little more gusto behind it. Okay, so that is a 6-foot putt. Kisner has not been good with those so far, but and he just he can't find the edge, and that will be a bogey. And I think I'm going to finish the 9 ahead of him, unless I miss this. And I drain it. Center cut. +2 for me, +3 for the old Kismeister. So that's a yes. Oh. So we're gonna play the back now. Starting off, a lot of these dogleg lefts on this course. This has the wind coming out of the left a little bit and behind us a bit, so it's down the hill. So we got to be careful about running it through. Hate to have to look at this pond, but we're gonna see. And I kind of pulled out of that almost into the cart path. I pulled out of it, left the club face open, and that's going to leave a really tough second shot out of the rough. Kisner, again, we kind of got to side it towards the water. Oh boy, it's going to cut off a lot of this dogleg, but he is going to take it and keep it in the fairway, so that should actually be a pretty good drive right there. 298. Don't have to worry about that right bunker from that position. That's a nice spot to come in from. Now for me, I've got to have to worry about getting over the trees and have a little bit of a flyer, looks like maybe. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna try a little fade. I'm gonna come in from the left anyway, and I feel like with this flyer, I'm gonna want to go light on the club and let her run. So let's fade it a little more. And let's aim out here in the out in that little swale. Stay out of the bunker. Stay out of the bunker. Oh, just overcooked it. I think if I would have kept it to 3, it would have been in good shape, but I got a little greedy, and I think if it would have hit, it would have bounced, and like if it hadn't cut that much, it would have just would have been right up in there within the 10-foot circle. Okay, Kisner now. He's also going to play a little fade into this back pin. 164. It's going to be long. Going to take a breath off of it here. And it's up and away, and it's going to finish long, even with taking a little off. The wind really gusted there, and he's ending up off the back. That's going to see. I'm going to add a little more. There we go. Let's see how we do with this. We'll take that. That's real nice. That should lead to a 1-putt par. Now Kisner. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Let's try flopping it. He doesn't hit. It's coming off the back as far as the. It's a little too far. Try this. Let's try and change his aim a little bit though. We like that. Oh, and he fluffs it a little bit. Contact 61%. All right, so he's going to see if he can knock this in for par. And he's going to. That's right down the middle. A couple of good saves here, as long as I don't... Oh, that was an all-around good putt right there. So, steal that from Gary McCord. Okay. Another left. This is not quite as stark as the last one, but still, again, you got this dogleg left with the wind working against it. So... basically the wind is pushing you into that right rough. So we're going to play a little bit of a draw on it and see if that'll take a little bit of the schnoz off of it. Now it's hooking, and that was cooked a little too hard. Should have taken it out a little sooner. Let's see. Kisner's going to keep it simple and just play it down the left and let the wind bring it back, and he's in good shape there. That'll do. Even with it being a right pin, that's not so bad. There's no real bunker guarding. I mean, the bunkers are guarding it there, but not in the front, which is really where your issue becomes. All right, now I'm in a pickle here a bit. I'm going to have to fight with these trees. Well, I got through them. You know, they say it's like 70% air or something. Oh, what a shot. That was, yeah, look at that. He sneaks it through. Looks like it's going to come up short, but it takes a nice hop up the hill, and then all of a sudden, those revolutions that are imparted just start having the friction coefficient work to their advantage, and all of a sudden you have a 5-foot putt for birdie, and that makes Kisner's blood boil. But 141, that's going to put him in the back, so we can't stick with that. Let's try and raise it up a little bit. That's going to bring it 137. That's a little better. Now we already saw that let's see, we got this trajectory, this T button, or not T, that's the terrain. You can see, and that's the reason why my ball backed up. So we can go ahead and use that to our advantage. We do want it a little long because that will filter back down. We want that. We need to use that wind to our advantage as well. So let's see. It's looking good. This is looking great. Oh, what a shot for Kisner. 6.6, mine was better. Hopefully I can hit as good of a putt. Oh, here it is for birdie. Oh, and he drains it. Making this hole look easy now. Here is Reed. He's got to follow suit. He's going to play it aggressive. Oh, and he just hits it through the break. And he's going to do the adventurous tap in for par. That took a little more of the lip than I had hoped. Back to all square after 11. Love this pond up here, you know? Look at that. It's just like you're wandering off the fairway and all of a sudden you just fall into a pond. All right, wind behind you. This is one to crush it. So Kisner has the tee. I'm going to give him a fade on this guy. I'll try and use this wind to his advantage. And he puts a crank into it. This thing is going to be out there 1 3/4 miles or maybe 8/10. 325. Center cut. Couldn't have placed it any better. And now it's up to me. And let's see if I can duplicate it. This is not so bad either, but it's going to be a little left and a little long. So that's the difference between a miss left and pure and unadulterated beauty off the shot. So second shot, gonna. What is up with that? Oh, what is that lie? That is a. What am I on? Pine straw? Whatever it is, I'm like buried. That is not good at all. I think well, let's try a little puncheroo. That's not going to work either. I think I just got to take my lumps here, chop it out into the fairway. This is messing me up. 20. No, that's I guess that's the increase right there in the. Yeah. Yikes. Oh, that was nice. That's the country club bounce right there. Okay. Well, always adventure learning all of the different features in the game. Now he's going to play a little draw. Oh, no, he's not, because he's got a lob wedge. Carries 101. That ain't going to work. Because he's got, what is that? That's 88. Even that's a little. We're going to stick it to 88 here and just let her, let's put a little spin on her. Oh, and he just doesn't factor enough wind into it. Taking some off, you figure the wind wouldn't be pushing it quite as much, but this is a better lie here. 98, that's too much. We're going to have to go with a bite. And this round is coming unraveled. So, gonna need to give it a little more. Yeah, I think that'll work. I don't like the direction though so much. We'll give that a shot. Oh boy, it's just too much. I was afraid. Sometimes you hit those and they just come up short, but I guess that was down the hill, so. Yikes. Okay. This is the one that you just knock in the hole, right? He doesn't quite get the contact he was looking for. I'm just going to put it out here, hopefully just get my double bogey and walk away. And this is in the hole for bogey. Wow. That was quite an adventure. Par for Kisner. And he takes a one-shot lead over me into the 13th. This is one of the memorable holes. You know, when you get some of these holes that, you know, you've got this green where this front pin position is kind of like iconic. You know, this is a Sunday pin position. You know, that thing you just want to spin back into it. You look here in your, it's kind of back to front a little bit. It's also from looks like right to left is the way he has it set up here. But basically, there's no, you know, you basically need a target golf shot in. Now it is 374, so a good drive shall put you within a wedge. So all you want to do, and I'm gonna, Kisner and I are going to cut back to 5 wood because we don't need to be that close. The closer you get, a lot of times it just makes it a little more awkward. Oh, he's gonna find the first cut. That's unfortunate. So yeah, me the same thing. I'm gonna go back to 5, but I'm gonna aim dead center because you just never know. And I should have aimed right. Oh, no, it's out of bounds. Oh, that's a re-hit. That's what you call the old stroking distance. And I forgot to switch my driver, but I'm going to end up first cut myself, but over. I forgot to switch back to the 5 wood. That's what you call a rage a rage swat. First cut, 97%. You're gonna need a high shot in here. What do we got? 87. Yeah, you just gotta make sure. Well, you got the wind behind you too, so let's take a little off it. He's yanking it to the left. I got it over the bunker, but man, there's enough of a. Is it left or is there's 6% to the left, so it's a pretty variant shot there. Now I'm here in flop zone or lob wedge zone probably. What's my lie? 96. Let's give it a little more here. Trying to find the right distance. I'm going to give that a shot. A little too firm, and there's not going to be any spin at that point. I think if you ended up where I was, if you end up where Kisner was in the fairway, you'd be able to back it up a little bit. Now he's going to have to, he's going to try and lag it, take his par and get out of here. He's going to gain at least a stroke on me. See if I can save another bogey. I don't think so. Nope, that's not going to break far enough, and that's a tap in for the old double. And that puts me at 5 over par, I believe. Now he's got to take an aggressive putt at this, and he makes it. So it stays at 2 over. And you can see the discrepancy. Of course, I'd taken a couple of lumps here. Another interesting par 3. This one, the water runs front and right. Take a look at the... what is my favorite golf game to play? So for years it was Links, and I still have a version of it that's from 2003. I think that one has had a really good swing meter back in the day, and their course creation was really excellent. You know, it's I think the physics of it were pretty good, and so, you know, getting this gives me some, you know, this is a whole different aspect as well, because in that one you weren't really simulating a season. This is kind of like designed more for the you know, the sports simulation guys like us that are interested in, you know, kind of recreating what already happened, as opposed to just going out and trying to win a tournament yourself or whatever. All right, so I assume this little arrow here means that it's a pretty heavy back to front slope. We've got a wind, probably the front wind vector component is probably going to be about 10. So that takes it from a 195 to probably 2. I don't know. I don't know the physics of this game. I'm guessing around 200 or 205. So this 191 carry is probably not going to be enough. But the 201 is probably too much. So we're kind of like in between here. I guess you'd rather side back in the bunker than in the drink. So there's going to be some left moving component as well, depending on the angle here. So let's see. Has it got enough club? It's cutting too much of the right off, but it is going to stay up. Those that railroad tie wall is over there. He missed it around 4 degrees to the right, but it is pretty cool here that this simulates how a golfer playing this game would miss based on whatever abilities they have. So not 194, and so we were saying 195, but see that the 194 is going to make it probably more like 188. That may not be that bad, you know. Just you don't want to lose it right. So let's... okay, this is heading... it's got to get up. Oh, and it just finds the front of the green, man. That was so close. The sirens of the lake were offering their wooing arias, trying to lure us in. Now I'm going to lag this guy up there. I can't... it will be neat to try and set up some kind of a tournament season. I know that they give you 24 courses. I think they give you a season based off of that you can play out, and I just have to figure out how to do all that. So Kisner is in the first cut, so he's going to have to do some sort of a... I mean, that looks pretty good right there, but it's up the hill a little bit. So let's give him a little bit more. That should put him. Let's get the right. Yeah, I'd say that's giving him a chance. He just took a little bit more of the big ball than the small ball. So 72% contact. Strokes, he lost half a stroke with that level of chip. Trying to knock it home, and he does bury the par putt, saves himself from the disgrace of that short game attempt. So par for both golfers as we head to 15. Now 16 is that's the holes to remember are 16, 17, and 18. I feel like 17 is another par 3. 16 is this par 5 that's not too long, but you get down to the end of this fairway and there's a huge tree that kind of protects the green, which is kind of like a real sharp dog leg left at the end. So we'll see it here in a hole or two. You know what? Maybe is it a par 4? Maybe I'm thinking of a different course. I thought that was this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe this is the hole and they just got rid of the freaking tree. I don't know. I'm telling you wrong. And this is a headwind, so already a long hole is just going to be even longer. We're not even thinking eagle on this hole whatsoever. We're just trying to find the fairway. And when you have a headwind, it's going to exaggerate whatever horrible side spins that are nastily imparted upon the ball. So Kisner completely trashes it. So, and well, mine's a little better, but you could see the effect of the wind on that. That carried probably 250 maybe. $256. No, wait, that didn't even carry 250. That was the actual. Yeah, see, and he's in big trouble here. So we got to find. There's 85. Oh, and he hits some branches. I should have punched it, I guess. That's what you call taking your lumps and learning this game, you know. There, that time he gets it out. Now just stay short. Stay short. Oh, horse feathers. Turning this into a tougher hole. You know what? This may be the tree that I'm talking about right there. It's just you don't see it so well because you're up above. So, what is it? 217? I mean, we have 300. We're not getting there. So let's still at 217. I mean, this 5 wood's probably not going to get there with that wind pushing back. See, that's the effect of the wind on that guy. So, Kisner, he's looking for love in all the wrong places. Now here's the wind. Oh boy, the wind is just sapping his ball. He lost a little right. He left the club face just a touch open. That's not the way to do it. So, yeah, we're gonna. What do we got here for? See, so this is one of these shots where if you can get it right to here, maybe that thing sucks down to the pin a little bit. So you don't want to get too aggressive with this. Now, again, this wind is going to challenge whatever shot you get in there. So but see, 142 is way too much. So we're going to try knocking down the pitching wedge. What is that? 119. Let's take a little bit off of this. Let's see. Now, come on, filter down. Filter to the left. Come on, a little more. No, not too bad. It's trying. I thought it was 16, but it must have been 15. That's that tree there on the corner. I'll tell you what, in real in other games that seems to be a little more prominent, but maybe it's over dramatized in those other games. 115, we got 108, 109 straight to the pin. This is this is not a bad angle. Of course, this is his 5th shot. He's just hoping maybe to save a bogey if he gets lucky. So he needs 109. He's working against the wind. Oh, just a little too much. Thought the wind was going to push that back more, but he made 103% contact. So that will be it for him. He's going to have to try and chip in a bogey. 30 feet down the hill. Going to break from left to right. Got to try and make this birdie. Here it is. He's rolling it down there. Is it going to have enough gas? It's looking all right. Nah, it's just not going to come down the hill enough. Just did not read it correctly. Now we got Kisner. He's got a... That's a little too much. So let's... Call that good. No, slow down, slow down, slow down. Take the break. No, that's a pretty good chip. That's the thing. 110%. If he's at 100, of course, I don't know how. I'm learning this as I'm going here. So double bogey for Kisner. He drops it. Oh! He's gonna take a snowman, and that's making things a little nicer for me. I'm going to get my par here unless I pull the same trick that he did. Nope, I made that one. So, 3 holes left, and we are all square again. So this is it. This is the one. My bad. I say memorable, and then I don't remember it myself. So, this is a par 4. Again, this is like this, I'm telling you, hard dog leg. And this is the 17th tee here. These here. Couple of fun holes there. One across water, and then you got the other one with like big old wetlands out into Calabogie Sound. So, yeah. So I'm on the tee. Wind is coming from the right to left. Here's some seagulls. Carrying on. Am I going to get around this tree? Am I going to get over the bunker? No. And the sand eats me up. Slight headwind too. Let's go ahead and get him into the same kind of position here. He's going to be right under the tree. Hopefully that doesn't impede him. I think you're all right if you're next to the tree. Okay, 95. Let's go ahead and try it just like this. Bite. Oh, and it did. That's nice. That we'll take that. Heart of the green, just backside. Just looking for pars here at this point. Getting a feel for how this game plays. Getting a feel for the course. That every course is a little different in a different version. So what do we have here? 90. Oh, so this is not. I thought this was just plain old fairway under the tree. Instead, this is more of this pine straw. So this is going to make it even more of a problem here. So we need to. That's really, what do we got? Do we have? We can't get anything. We got to just play it up into here, right? Man, that hurts. Okay. That looks like a pretty good flight path there. That gets it almost to within the blow-up view. That's about 8 feet, probably 9 feet. And I'm gonna try and make this putt here, a little right to left. Not too much break. Is he gonna hit it hard enough? It's not gonna get there. Left the putter head on, the cover on. He's gonna drain the putt. Nice par save from the straw. And now the 2-putt par. And they're gonna head to 17. Little par 3 along the water. I've got the tee. Wind is just driving it at rather harsh conditions right now. So we cannot take a 203-yard club there. We're going to have to go with like 178 and try and bring it into this. Try to bring it into, what we want to do is bring it right into here, have it hop up and back. And let's see what the, so you see this is all coming in from the front, but that's really probably not going to do much with this wind just whipping and pushing it on. So let's see how this works out here. Oh, and he's losing it left. This is going to end up in the water. Nope, it's going to find the trap. Just turns the club over a little too much. Now Kisner, yep, 199. We're going to have to play the same kind of, see, it was about the right distance. That's where we wanted it. We wanted it right in here and let it bounce back. So I still think this 178, 175 is probably the way to go. Just got to hit it right. This is on target. This is looking pretty good. You gotta slow down, and he's gonna find that's the first cut. He might have to chip out of that. So little bunker shot here. We want the pitch. It's a little too far. Bite. Oh, it almost does, but that's going against the grain a little bit there, and that'll leave about a 10-foot putt. Kisner. That looks like a pretty good chip right there. Is he going to... No, he blades it a little bit. Blasts through it. What's the contact he makes there? 146%. So he needs a 13-foot putt for par. And it's laying out to the right and not going to get there. So he's going to tap in for his bogey. It's a hole that you'll bogey quite a bit. And now 7, 8 feet for par. It's looking good. It's there. And he'll take a one-shot advantage into the famous 18th. We won't be able to see the lighthouse from this, but so this up here is basically marsh. You can kind of see that green color. That's like the weeds and other junk. You got to try and get it out here into this fairway. So the previous hole came right up into here, like into this left side. So we're basically right back into the wind, and this is not the favorable wind for this hole. So we're going to try and play it to the right and avoid the hazard, and we did a decent job of that. What was that? A carry 231. So Kisner will probably be about the same. Again, we got to aim over here to the right, since The wind is pushing it a little to the left. That will be pretty good too. A couple of good drives here on 18. 472. Quite a long par 4. And now we've got this green that again tucks behind the bunker. Back right pin. This pin position works well with this particular wind direction. This will kind of help us aim out to the right and just let the natural course of the wind bring it in. We've got, what is that, 238. So this is probably a pretty decent club too. Maybe could use a little more out of it. Let's add a touch of draw too. Make sure it is cooking. Wind's gonna knock it down. Gee, I should remember that. I mean, we got to go 3-wood here. So we're gonna take another club here for me. Oh, and he yanks it. It's gonna be in the water. That's a horrible shot. Horrible shot. So this is 150. Again, we're gonna have to take it at least a club more. A little better shot on that one. 4th shot, so that'll be for bogey. Kisner's in the bunker. If he can get up and down. Trying to line up the right. Let's give that one a go. And he got way too much of it. 135. So not much I can do about that. That's a little better. %. So that was his par. So we've got me for bogey and Kisner for bogey as well. I'm gonna try and make this putt. If I make this, then he has the. Then I would have absolutely won it. But now there's still a chance that we tie. So I'll tap it in. Leaves me at +7. And his putt is going to find the bottom. Oh, he overhits it and he misses it. Chokes in the open net, and that will be a double for him as well. And somehow I come out on top. So anyway, scorecard. We both took a tough one at the 4th. Me a little tougher. I took another tough one at 13, but he took that snowman at 15, and then we both doubled 18. Tough holes, memorable course. Like listening here to the wind whipping around, the surf, the yeah. So that's that. That is what we wrote here for the Action PC Golf 2020 for this first game that I'm playing on Tabletop Baseball Plus. I'm going to be taking a lot of the plus if I start playing this more on the channel. But we still have plenty of tabletop stuff on the horizon. My partner Earl, my name's Earl as well, but my partner, he also is quite, he's been putting out a lot of videos in the tournament he's running, so, you know, it's good to have a variety. He's also doing the out of the park perfect season, perfect team, which is kind of like the ultimate team in some of the other games, the EA Sports games. So if you could hit like, I'd appreciate that. I hope you've enjoyed this round. I'm going to try and figure out more of how to set things up to do some, maybe some tournaments, final rounds, things like that. I don't know. I feel like the sky's the limits with this game, especially since it's basically built for um, people looking to recreate seasons as opposed to just playing out sort of your dream of being on the tour. So till next time, this is Tenacious Earl signing off here from the what do they call it? I don't think they call it the Harbortown Golf Links on this game, but from Hilton Head. Hope you've enjoyed some golf here from the links along the Calabogie Sound. See you next time.